Now, before you go running out there quitting your job, it's probably a good idea to see if you've got what it takes to work from home. It is not for everyone. So let's see if you've got these 5 personality traits or qualities that really do help you work from home successfully. Here at the Freedom Strategy, I am all about helping you ditch the 9-to-5, get out of the rat race, and move on to a second career that you will actually enjoy. And if you're into that kind of thing, then go ahead and subscribe, because I come out with new videos every Wednesday and sometimes on Sunday. And obviously a big part of the Freedom Strategy is getting out of your job where you have a boss and you have to show up from 9 to 5 in order to move on and actually enjoy your life and the things you want to do. And I'm going to share with you 5 qualities or traits that I think are important based on my own personal experience of working from home and also reading about others who do the same. Okay, the first really important quality is, are you a self-starter? If you're currently in a job, you probably have a boss telling you where to go, when to be there, and what to do, which is maybe part of the reason you want to leave it, but that also adds a lot of structure to people's lives that they don't really understand how important that is until they don't have it anymore. And when you're working from home, it's really easy to get paralyzed. You wake up, you have your coffee, you go, you sit down, you open your computer, and it's like, oh my God, there's just so many things to do. I don't even know where to start. So then you go have another cup of coffee and maybe you walk the dog, and then you go back to your computer and you sit down, you open it and you look at it and you go, oh, I don't know. So if you are not a self-starter and you don't have that quality of being able to sit down, figure out what to do next, and how to do it, then working from home might not be a good choice for you. But if you are like that, let's move right on to the second quality that is really important for working from home, and that is discipline. Do you have discipline? Now, I did a video, there's a link up here, about 5 habits of successful people. Discipline is one of those. Spoiler alert, but I do believe that people who work from home successfully have a lot of discipline. There's kind of this romantic notion of what it's like to work from home. Oh, you don't even have to get dressed and you can work in your slippers. Well, all right, we've already established that yes, I do work in my slippers. All of that sounds great and wonderful. It just sounds like, oh, nobody's gonna tell me what to do, and that's fantastic. And all of that is true. But nothing gets done if you don't take the job seriously, and you have to have discipline to do that. You have to be able to sit down and know what needs to be done and get it done. And that requires discipline. Now, closely related to discipline is the ability to focus. That is really hard to do when you're working at home and you sit down and you think, oh shoot, I need to do my laundry, or I need to go work out, or I need to
go meet a friend for lunch, or I need to text all of my children just so they know I was thinking, or I need to make sure I answer all of the things on social media, or I need to make sure that I answer all.
Or you get the point, right? There are a lot of distractions when you're working from home. It's just the way it is. And if you don't have the ability to really focus and really tune everything out for at least a chunk of your day, then you're not going to get anything done. All of those distractions are going to take over your day. So if you want to work from home successfully, please make sure that you have the ability to focus when you need to. Okay, number 4, are you organized? Now, organization is tied very closely to focus. If you are able to organize your day, and you can organize it however you want. Some people love to work out in the morning, some people love to work out at night. Some people like to answer emails while they're sitting there at lunch. Other people like to do it at the very end of the day as the business day winds down. So it doesn't really matter how you organize your day, but it must be organized. In order to get things done, you cannot have these constant distractions of a mess here and a pile here, and I kind of need to do that, and maybe I should be doing that. You really need to just sit down, organize what needs to be done, and then work on doing it. Now, one thing that I find helpful is I plan my week and then I plan my day. And it's not quite written in stone, but it's pretty close. It's a pretty good guideline that I follow. So Usually on Sunday nights, I will sit down and think, okay, what do I have to do this week? Which videos are coming out? What research do I need to do? And I write it all down. And then in the morning, the first thing I do on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and all 7 days of the week is I write down what has to be done today. And I pretty much follow that. It can be challenging at times. There's always something to get in the way. And if it's really, really important, then go ahead and stray from what you had written down that you had to do today. But it's got to be pretty important to interrupt what you had already set aside time to do that particular day. All right, finally, a character trait that I think is really important to be able to follow is, are you able to stick to a routine? And I don't mean super rigid, has to be exactly the same every single day. And there certainly is flexibility. And yes, that's one of the huge benefits of working from home. But it's really helpful to get into a routine. Wake up at about the same time of day every day. Well, Monday through Friday. You could, sleep in on Saturdays and Sundays if you want to. Go through the same type of thing. Do you have your coffee? Do you read a newspaper? Who reads a newspaper anymore? Do you read the news online? Whatever your routine is, kind of stick to it. You get into a pattern, and then people become far more comfortable and more efficient if they know what's coming next. And the best way to know what's coming next is to stick to your routine. And if you can honestly look at yourself in a mirror and say, yep, I've got all of those things, then I think you're probably ready to consider setting yourself up to work from home. There are lots and lots of ways that you can work from home. I did this video on some ways you can make money from home. But if you're ready to shift away from that daily grind, away from the 9 to 5, away from the rat race, then this is the place to help you get there. I am here to nudge that entrepreneur in you just enough so you can get on with your next career and actually enjoy it. So please subscribe so you make sure to get those new videos every Wednesday and yes, sometimes on Sunday.